What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. We are going to be making a wig using the Pre-Guided Wig Cap, and also you're going to see my hand wheel got stuck, y'all. So in the beginning, we're going to always grease our machine and oil it. So with the grease, I do this about once a month. I just check and see that the gears underneath the machine are properly greased, but usually I just oil my machine before, during, and after based on how many wigs I have for the day. This is how I turn on my machine. She is set at 300, but I have increased it to 400. You can place this underneath the desk, but I just haven't gotten around to it, and I like it right here. Before we do anything, I always test to make sure that my stitching is good to go. No more of that chalk stuff. Get you the Pre-Guided Wig Cap, call it a day. It's just simple, easier, and it helps us to move faster. So this is just a quick snippet of transferring the measurements from your dome cap to the sewing machine. All I'm doing is I did pre-measurements on the dome cap, and then all I did was just align each weft with the line. So if you did it correctly on the dome head, then it'll easily match up on the wig cap. This is where things go left because I actually threaded this incorrectly. I threaded it from right to left, and it's supposed to be from left to right. And when I threaded it incorrectly, I could tell my needle was getting locked up, and also the machine was kind of jerking. I could feel that the thread was going to snag and get stuck in the bobbin area, but little old me just kept on going, just kept sewing. So you can see I'm threading incorrectly, and once I keep sewing, it's gonna eventually lock up on me, and I'm gonna have to take it apart to get the thread out. Since I threaded the needle incorrectly, I had to make sure that my stitching was correct, but even though I was using this, I was still getting knots, and I still had to keep stopping, and the machine was still jerking. So you'll see me actually having to stop and unscrew everything, and you guys will see all of that. This is a great example. Happy this happened so that we can all learn and grow from this. So if you do have questions on how to get the measurements from your dome head to the wig cap, just let me know and I can show you. All I do in the beginning is I pre-measure all of my tracks, wefts, whatever you want to call it, onto the dome head, and from there I just transfer that onto the sewing machine. And the best part about the Pre-Guided Wig Cap is that it fits blockheads from 21 inches up to 24 inches. So it's stretchable, and it allows you to alter what you need to alter. And I'm just matching up the weft with the wig cap. Another tip when you are transferring your wefts to the sewing machine from the dome cap is to make sure you're not stretching the cap. Like, you want to make sure that you're not altering the cap and the wefts, because if so, you'll see a difference in like the wefts. You might have less wefts or more. It's hard to explain, but I can show you what that looks like. And this is the moment, I think this is the moment where my needle actually got stuck, and I'm gonna let y'all hear what that sounds like. Yeah. And this is the moment where my hand wheel locked, my needle locked, and I had to turn off the machine. You always want to turn off the machine because, baby, I had that needle pressed down into my skin one time, and it hurt like hell. So make sure you turn the machine off, and you gently take your wig cap from the machine, because you don't want to rip anything up. But I'll do a close-up so you guys can all see. So what you see me doing is I'm unscrewing the area around where the needle and the bobbin is, because I don't want to pull the wig cap with the hair out. I don't want to do that because you could run the risk of ripping the wig cap or ripping the weft. So I'm just unscrewing everything around where the bobbin and where the needle is, so I can get all that cleared out. And once you unscrew everything on the bobbin area and where the needle is, the hand wheel, it was locked, but it did loosen up. Please, please, please turn off your machine. I cannot stress this enough. Turn your machine off. Please don't think you're going to get this done in like 2 seconds, especially if you're just starting out with this industrial sewing machine, because you have to unscrew so many things and you have to get the thread out of the bobbin area because it's jammed. Take your time, don't rush. You're dealing with small screws, small pieces, and you don't want to run the risk of losing any of them. We just want to take this slow, do what we have to do, remove the wig cap, nice and gentle. Baby, treat this like a bomb, okay? Treat this like you are, can I say bomb on here? I'm sorry. Just treat this with special care, like an operation room, okay? Like a surgery. You are performing open heart surgery. Treat it like an open heart surgery. A strong mini flathead screwdriver is going to be your best friend. You want to make sure that the screwdriver is small enough yet strong enough and magnetic to hold on to those little screws. They're so tiny. And my manufacturer, I don't have any replacement screws. If I needed any replacements, I would have to go through Lowe's or Home Depot, or even go back to Joann's just to see if they had any. Here I'm removing the bobbin case. Usually you can use your fingers to pull it out, but I had on nails, so I had to opt for my screwdriver. And usually it just pops right out like such, and you're gonna get the smallest surprise, and that's how it's gonna look. It does have a sweet spot. You don't want to force it in. See how it's not going in? You don't want to do that. Usually how to push it back in is going to just pop right in seamlessly and easily as such. You want those to be aligned. You do not want to force this in, because if you try to force it in previously how I showed you, you could damage the bobbin case, and you don't want to damage that. So make sure you are inserting it correctly. Look at the piece of thread that was stuck. Look at those pieces. That and that. And that was the smallest one. So that's what you're going to encounter. And from there, I'm just putting everything back together the way that I found it. Yes, I was struggling trying to assemble the pieces back together on this part. It's hard doing it with one hand. I wanted to make sure to show you in real time, because please take your time. Do not rush this step. Don't rush this process, because you just invested all this money into this machine. You don't want to wear and tear down on your tools and your equipment. So just take your time when you are reapplying everything and readjusting your machine, okay? time you see I am threading from left to right, just one simple change can make your sewing machine experience much better. And as you can see, she is doing much better and she's stitching correctly. So I'm happy, I'm satisfied, and we can get back to making our wig. You rather want to test it on paper than test it on the wig cap and get tangled. Go ahead and finish up this wig. If you guys have any questions, you want to see anything, I know somebody talked about an ebook or a training tutorial, just let me know. I will be happy to post it on YouTube to make it easier for all of us. But I thank you guys for watching and supporting. Remember to always speak life, love, and positivity, and thank y'all so much again. I will see y'all in the next one. By the way, this is a 6x6 wig. I also have a video on how to remove the clear lines from the pre-guided wig cap, and also how I colored this wig. I'll link it somewhere on this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Love y'all.